Hey everybody, welcome to the Paper Dinosaur Project. My name is Jordy and this is a story. So growing up, my family was always into baseball. We were a baseball household. In particular, we were a Red Sox household. Everyone was super into baseball. They'd watch it all the time. They'd always talk about it when they saw each other. You know, it was something that was important to them that they got a lot of enjoyment out of. And it was a big part of our lives. We were always hearing about baseball and everything. We were always hearing about baseball. We were going to games and stuff. We were playing rec baseball or softball or whatever. And every once in a while we'd go to like a big Red Sox game or something. It was this big fun event in the city. And by the city I mean Boston. But it was something that they were into that made sense to them, that drew them in. I never really got it. It wasn't opposed to it, it was just sort of there. I didn't understand what the big deal was. I didn't feel the same draw towards baseball as the rest of my family did. And like as I grew up, I met a lot of other people who are really into baseball and who found it really interesting and exciting and stuff, and they would always like follow all the players or the teams or whatever and watch all the games. But I still sort of didn't get it. I was sort of like over here like, hey, you know, that's great. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it over there, away from me. And you know, I wasn't like actively opposed to baseball. I just sort of wasn't excited by it the way other people were. And I knew people who were actively opposed to baseball, who didn't want to hear about it, who didn't like it at all, who thought it was weird or boring or aggressive or whatever they have against baseball. But it was just kind of weird because everyone around me had this thing that they could talk about. I was just sort of over here not really getting it. It's putting it into simple terms, really, but that's kind of what it was like to grow up being asexual. You know, everyone around you is talking about this big thing and getting enjoyment and excitement out of it, and a lot of people are telling you that, you know, someday you will, or you probably do. I mean, obviously, who doesn't? And I was just sort of lost. I didn't get it. I didn't feel that interest or excitement the way they did. And there were people who were interested in different sports than baseball that I also didn't really enjoy. It was isolating, really. And not at anyone's particular fault. I mean, they didn't know, they didn't understand. But to put it in simple terms, it's not liking baseball. It's not liking football or soccer or basketball. My dad loves basketball. He always said that he was upset that my brothers and I never really got into basketball because he always loved basketball as a kid. And you know, sometimes you find other people who also don't like baseball or who are okay with you not liking baseball. And I mean, of course, you're gonna find people who are gonna ask questions. Well, why don't you like baseball? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with you? And you just sort of learn to shrug it off and move on. And sometimes you pretend you like baseball. You don't bring it up that you don't like baseball unless it comes up in conversation or someone asks you specifically if you like baseball. Every once in a while, maybe you watch a game. Maybe you ask questions about different players or teams. Maybe you try and follow along for the sake of people around you or for genuine interest. Or maybe you're not against baseball, you're just not interested in it the way other people are. It's not something you need in your life, but you're not necessarily opposed to a game or two every once in a while. This is something that came to my mind last night. I don't even know why I wasn't like thinking about it, but I don't know, I wanted to put it into words because maybe it can help someone explain it to their family or friends if they see it put into words. And like I said, this is a simplification. There's a whole lot of other moving parts depending on people's particular experiences and particular personal orientations, but to super simplify it to help people who don't understand what it means to feel this way, to help them maybe get it or maybe think about it in a different way than they have been. I think that's the end of this metaphor. But I got a whole bunch of new stuff coming up and coming out, so that's gonna be cool. Feel free and also encouraged to like and subscribe for more metaphors. I'm a very deep person. No, for more regular content, leave a comment down below what you think of this simplified metaphor of the situation, if you have any experience with what it feels like or that sort of thing, and feel free to share it everywhere to help people understand, because it really is isolating to be around people who don't get it, because it feels like you're wrong. It feels like something's wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with you. I'll see y'all later.